Are we ready? Are we talking?
I'm talking. I'm always talking now.
Prepare yourself, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to speak about law.
We are. Terribly boring.
Something that I am not qualified to do.
No, neither of us are really.
Yeah, but we've got our opinion on it. We're talking about today.
It's pretty heavy stuff.
Too heavy for me, if I'm honest. But
Yeah.
it needs to be spoke about.
It actually does, to be honest.
So, maybe we shouldn't mess around for too long.
We should mess around for too long. Let's get into it. This could be a long one, yeah.
So, this week, we're talking about something called Article 13.
Yes, we are.
Which, as far as I understand it, is a proposed EU law to do with content of basically copyright content across the internet, but I think it's more aimed at places like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
So instead of if someone was to use a piece of content now, say like for a meme or say like a gaming channel that was sort of like, you know, whether it's just showing the game or whatever it was, or even a music cover, instead of the person that uploads it now being liable, it effectively means that
the company,
so YouTube or Facebook, will become liable.
Yeah.
So then now there'll be this new EU law, which means that they will have to physically take down anything gets posted. Yeah. And it just means that anyone in the EU won't get to see that content. And to be honest, if it goes through, then the rest of the world will likely follow.
Yes.
Which means it'll kill things like YouTube.
Yeah,
you won't be able to have anything, you know, the content that we know today, you know, such as memes and these channels that show content. And also, although there are ways to get around it in terms of educational purposes, because it's so hard to filter what is educational or just a review to something that's actually just being ripped off, it's so difficult. What they'll end up doing is it'll just be like a blanket law, and
it'll cover everyone. The thing is as well that the companies like YouTube, because of the liability that they could potentially face, they can face things like fines and stuff like that. I think that the issue is that it means that YouTube will have to build in blockers at the point of upload. The review of content will be massive. It will force them to do more to review content, which, you know, say you're a YouTuber and you go, right, I upload every Thursday. You won't be able to do that anymore. No. You will have to prepare to get your stuff in line, basically. It'll get uploaded and then you don't know when it's going to get improved. I
think it's impossible to do that. The sheer amount of content that gets uploaded daily.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they can monitor that.
It's going to be physically impossible for YouTube.
There's no algorithm in the world that can physically sort that out. I mean, and they have got that I can't remember what they call it. I think it's like ID Protect or something. YouTube. So you know, there is some form of copyright protection there already, but things do slip through the cracks.
They do,
and it's not perfect, but no algorithm ever will be.
No.
So I think if it comes into place, and it's January, I think that they're speaking about it. Yeah. And I know I think it's the final draft been done by EU Parliament.
It will be, yeah.
So by January there'll be a vote on it, whether it will go through or not. It might be that it gets delayed and it gets revised, and that some things are changed to, you know, help or potentially make it worse. I don't know.
I mean, currently I don't see really they're dealing with something that isn't a major issue.
Oh well, I don't think so. I mean, there is a handful of problems where like someone's video or someone's content that they've put out might just completely get ripped off.
Yeah,
but I think for the most part, especially in this culture, all of that content that is shared is always relevant and for the most part educational and entertaining. I think there just needs to be maybe slightly stronger enforcements in certain areas to help prevent it, because there obviously can be, but to put this type of law into place. And the thing is, Article 13, it doesn't end there, is it? Because it's only part of the law.
Yeah,
so it's Article 11 and 12A as well, which cover news, and I can't remember what the other one is. I think it's 12A that covers something.
I think
else.
the news sort of thing, that's great.
Well, yeah, because they have
news,
to pay for
yeah.
they have to pay for content to then which I think is good.
Absolutely,
because they benefit from nothing. But when it's small creators or people that are maybe just reviewing something, to benefit others, and for the most part to benefit that product that they're.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, put it this way, right?
Yeah.
Let's take the game Fortnite, for instance.
Yeah.
Massive. It's been massive for about a year.
Yeah.
Now, there's so many channels that based their whole channel on it. Without that content there, although they are playing that game, which effectively, that is Fortnite's game. It's not theirs. They, as a community, have boosted that game.
They have,
tremendously. So they have benefited from
absolutely,
it. I think the biggest thing is it does come down to money, doesn't it? Because the government government, should I say, are not benefiting as much as they could from.
No, they're not.
That's all it is. So the people creating are getting, good revenues, and they are obviously paying their taxes and stuff, but.
I don't think they're paying as much as the government want them to, and that really comes full circle. It's a real problem that they are then actually having to put in place sort of bogus laws for the idea that we need to make more money. Yeah, no, actually, you should people should be able to enjoy the freedoms that the internet gives them. Until obviously there's a criminal offence. And then, restrictions are placed. Yeah. But I don't think that going on and viewing, sort of like a review or anything like that is detrimental to anything.
No, absolutely. And even so, I mean, I want to try and keep it as music related as possible. Just, in terms of what we do on AudioStage as a new company as well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not that we do covers, but if you look at acts like Ed Sheeran, for example, right, there's a very high chance that he wouldn't be in the position he is today without uploading his covers to YouTube.
Completely, yeah. Same with Justin Bieber, same with Ariana Grande. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wouldn't have these singers and things like that. Justin Bieber got discovered by Justin Timberlake because of YouTube. Mm-hmm. You look at these things and you go, actually, these guys are YouTube has made a platform for them where they can basically have careers. Yeah. And actually, I mean, they're adored by millions of people, and they've made huge amounts of money for the music industry, and that seems to be something they're writing off. Yeah. That's it. It doesn't stop there. Things like they'll have to put content blockers on things like Vivo as well.
Yeah. Oh,
which is going to be horrendous. Yeah. I mean, the fact that there's copyright laws in place. So if it sounds what people will have to do is they will have to upload. They're going to have to upload the music so that it doesn't get copyrighted, but their own content is going to be blocked. Yeah. So say Universal Music Group turn around and go, right, I'm going to have to put my stuff onto the content blocker, but I also want to upload that same thing. Yeah. They're going to have to find ways of running algorithms so that it doesn't get taken down.
They're just, it's pointless, isn't it?
It's crazy.
It doesn't seem like a great get around.
It's not. Yeah, there's no real way of fixing it. No. They've put themselves into a position where, regardless, they're going to have a problem. We're not. You're not just dealing with, creatives and people that want to get things out there and, advertise themselves and market themselves. You're also dealing with, a plethora of types of things. You're dealing with, guitar lessons. Yeah.
And just
you're dealing. Exactly. Yeah. When they go, if you want to play along to this song, and then they do a little version of them playing along, and then you learn the song. Yeah. There's hundreds of people out there doing, thousands of people out there doing those. There's playing C channels and whatever. And they're fantastic. Yeah. And actually, that is ushering in a new generation of musicians that we wouldn't have if we didn't have YouTube. Yeah. Basically,
I mean, it is affecting creativity as a whole. Like,
it's affecting everyone on
massively.
YouTube.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's a creative platform.
The thing is, right, is that now I know it might be different for, say, someone. So, for instance, Paul McCartney, I know is one of the people that is for the law, like for it to go through.
Okay.
Now that's easy for him to say because he's made it. He's got a lot of money, and obviously he wants to continue to benefit. From the music that he's wrote and that he wrote with the Beatles. Yeah. And I do understand from that point of view, you know, you want your stuff to be safe and people know that it's yours. Yeah. But I think there is a line.
There is, yeah.
And for me, if I was in that position, I'd feel honoured that people were playing my stuff or
absolutely.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And fine if someone completely ripped it off, say took my song and said it was theirs.
Like the Jam did with the Beatles.
But to be honest, there's a few songs.
Maybe I understand why Paul McCartney wants this.
Yeah. Oh, we're for us now.
We're for this. Yeah. No, it happens all the time.
No, 100%. I mean, to be honest, there's only so many songs you can write, though. I mean, only so many chords.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Like you hear there was a Japanese samurai program, and Steve Vai totally ripped off the theme song of it. I can't remember it for the life of me now, but For the Love of God by Steve Vai is basically a note for note rip off of this intro music for a Japanese samurai program.
Really?
Yeah, unbelievable. Same as Start by the Jam is rip off of the Debt Collector by the Beatles. I can understand when people feel like they're being plagiarized, but it's not. That's been happening for years, you know, on times before the internet existed.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not even a case of they're ripping it off, you know, just to rip it off. It might be inspiration based.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, you know, sometimes it's not identical.
No.
I mean, past that little bass riff with Start, I mean,
it's the same song. They just changed the lyrics.
But then it's not the same song.
Well, yeah. I suppose.
It's just a parody.
It's a parody, yeah.
They were going on about some things being protected by some sort of parody law.
Yeah.
But that won't. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to actually help too much.
No, it won't.
Because of the way that they'll have to... Who's to say what's what?
The thing is, though, the current copyright laws are fine the way they are. You know, things like parody are protected. Things like covers and artistic license and reviews and things like that, they're all protected.
Yeah.
Which is perfect. I think that there needs to be no change to it. The fact that they want to introduce something that basically turns around and goes, you can't do any of those things, you can't review stuff, you know, that seems crazy to me.
Yeah.
What are they afraid of people reviewing?
Oh, I know.
You know, I mean, like, why is there a need for a law around it? It's insane.
It's very obviously the bigger names in the industry that aren't benefiting from it as much.
Well, but
where people might be off the back of their work, so like covers, like game reviews, where these people are getting, you know, thousands to millions of pounds, dollars.
Yeah, but whatever. The thing is, though, I mean, if I buy a game, I go on YouTube, I look it up, and I go, right. Oh, I want to see a little bit of gameplay. I want to see a little bit of a review from someone I trust.
Yeah, gives me incentive to
exactly. Then I'll go out and buy the game.
Yeah,
I won't turn around and go, you know, I'm just going to buy the game for the sake of it. Because to be honest, for me, that seems like, you know, it's almost, you know, I could waste a lot of money doing that. You know, I could go out there, and these things don't hold their value. It's not like I can take it back in a week. Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore. I can't go and rent it for a week.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like that. These things. It's really difficult now to be able to go out and play the games that you want to play.
Yeah.
You know, and without actually seeing a bit of gameplay, you might be diving headfirst into an absolute pile of crap.
Yeah.
Basically,
the thing is as well, from a sort of tuition point of view, everything that I watch, or majority of things that I watch on YouTube, even if it's just for entertainment, do help me improve. Because obviously I'm watching those things because I like them.
Yeah.
And most of them I do myself. So whether that be, you know, playing guitar or bass or drums or whatever, or gaming or whatever, all of those to me, are basically educational.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm watching people that also are like-minded and enjoy doing it, doing certain things, and then I might pick up something from that, and then it helps me, and then I might go and do that thing more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it only helps the cause, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, hugely. Yeah, and I think actually what you're doing by doing that is you're improving. You're basically what you're doing is you're improving the fact that the people are going to actually want to create the content. Many people are wanting to create the content because you're watching it, and that's what's important. That's really important. Is to support these people because they're doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of turning around and I'm going, well, I mean, the stuff that I do I watch for entertainment. I watch things like PewDiePie.
Yeah.
He wouldn't exist.
Well, yeah, he's a prime example because, I know his channel is mainly random stuff.
Yeah, it's very random.
He's got a hell of a lot of stuff on there which would fall under this, copyright law because he's just taking clips from certain areas.
Meme culture and things like that, yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So that just will cease to exist. I don't see a place where that will be able to happen.
No.
Because I think because we've discussed this for AudioStage stuff as well, and it'll be slightly different for AudioStage because we have direct contact with the people who write the songs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, we can sign contracts. It might be that we're not on YouTube. If this law comes in, that's us YouTube done.
Yeah.
And that AudioStage will solely be the website, uploaded, and basically we would have contracts from all of our artists saying that yes, we agree, we're happy for our songs to be played on your site for however long, forever, whatever.
Yeah.
So there is ways around it for certain people, but there's just some things that just will not work because it's impossible to. And it also seems like some of these things that have been, the content that's been taken that's fallen under this copyright stuff, it just would never be found anyway. Like because some of it's just such random stuff, and some of it's from so long ago that.
Yeah, you're right.
You probably find that a lot of it's not. Yeah. People probably aren't chasing it.
Yeah, they're not bothered. Honestly, there's a lot of people out there who just aren't bothered. You look at that. That's quite funny. It's like that. Ain't nobody got time for that woman.
Yeah.
Remember her?
Yeah.
She Sweet Brown her name was, I think it was. Yeah. And she basically she then went on to become a TV producer.
This is it.
Star basically.
Yeah. Yeah. She has benefited from something
massively.
Yeah.
From the industry actually. And it's taken her from actually probably not a very nice neighbourhood by the looks of things anyway. To going into something that actually is going to benefit her massively.
But that itself is a good thing, and I mean, there's always this thing about unemployment rates, and people on the breadline and people struggling, and then you get like where people can create their own content, they're making their own jobs, benefiting the country itself and the world by contributing. It's not like they're lazing about doing nothing all day. No. They are working.
Exactly, and they are working hard, a lot of these people. They're working harder probably than the majority of normal jobs.
Well, put it this way, we're doing this effectively part-time at the minute.
Well,
and we're nowhere near a level that a lot of these, creatives and YouTubers and internet celebrities and where they are. But the amount of work that we're having to put in, the evenings that we're having to sacrifice to make this work, to bring entertainment to people, something that people would enjoy.
Yeah.
It just seems mad to take that away.
Yeah, it does. And actually it's such a negative thing. Mm-hmm. Turning around and saying, well, actually we're taking away your platform.
Yeah.
I can't for the life of me understand what the logic is.
Well, there isn't logic. It is money. It's a money thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The guys at the top are sitting there and they're going, "This is what we want."
Well, yeah, it's. I don't want to sound. I don't know what the word is, but it seems that it is the older generation with the popular media formats, newspaper, TV, the things that have been around for years and years and years. They're the ones that have got a problem because they haven't kept up with the times. It would appear that's how I see it.
Yeah, it's very true.
You know, I'm not blaming the entire that entire generation and that, you know.
But it is a problem.
I
think that generation actually, at this point, we need to start getting more young people into governments and things. You know, actually representative of your demographic. You know, you look at the British government, and actually, there's barely any politicians under the age of 30.
Yeah,
you know, and actually, you can be a politician under the age of 30.
Of course you can.
You can represent your constituency under the age of 30.
But, I mean, if you think, you know, you see clips all the time of like young politicians, you know, young Jeremy Corbyn, young this, young that. I mean, they were all this sort of age. Was it because it was more popular then? That was one of the jobs that you'd maybe, you know, want to do? Yeah, exactly. But maybe not now. Or maybe they can't. Know. Maybe they're pushed out, or, you know, young people of this generation
I think they are
maybe allowed to.
I think you're right with that. I think that basically now the government doesn't want young people in.
No,
they look after themselves as they go along, and by having people, you know, there's one who seems to have got through, Mary Black, who I think she's in the Scottish
blonde
Labour Party. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah,
and she basically is one of the best MPs I've ever seen.
I've seen some.
She's fantastic. And then you actually look, you've got Youth Parliament, and they're fantastic. All those guys, they're brilliant.
The thing is, they need these people in Parliament.
Yeah, they do. They need to start listening to the young people. They need to start listening to the people who actually are representative of the people who live here.
The thing is, I'm not saying that the you know, people that are currently in Parliament are wrong, because there's a lot of people that agree with that.
Yeah,
it's just that majority that don't. You know, it's a difficult one, but that it theoretically should change, because lives are only so long. They're not going to live forever. So
they might. They're lizards, reptiles, or
maybe if that's the case, and but I don't know. It just seems like such a bizarre thing to do.
Yeah, and I can't get my head around it. It's a very greedy thing to do, and actually, when you think about it, it's not even being dictated by a local parliament.
No,
trying to be dictated by the European Union. And actually, you know, I was a very staunch Remain voter for Brexit, and actually, the fact that we're leaving the European Union, and that we're not going to be held to their values in a sense.
No, we're not, but it doesn't mean that
we create our own. Yeah. It's almost, in a sense, for me, I think that the fact that we're sort of leaving might actually give us a chance on our own to sort of fight against that overall.
Yeah, I suppose it depends, because depends on when the law part, if it does go through.
Yeah.
And when, I think it's March, isn't it? There's supposed to be a decision, or when we're supposed to leave.
I think so, officially, yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that if that law gets put in place before, I don't know how long it takes to sign, you know, put laws, you know, get them into place.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it doesn't mean that won't be a law when we leave the EU. Does that mean that those current laws will stay in place, and then it takes a while for it to change? Because there's so many laws.
They revert back to the law of the land, basically. So we'll be governed by British law, which there are many, but some of them are overridden by EU law. Some of them aren't. It's a bit of a funny one, but we'll just go back to basically British law, essentially.
I suppose it depends on what happens, really, but it doesn't mean that the UK still won't fall under that.
No, but it's a bit of a scary one, though, isn't it? Because you can see how what the government have done to the country so far.
Yeah.
Imagine if they get their hands on this sort of law.
Yeah.
How bad that could be.
Well, I mean, there's already countries that have this sort of stuff in place, like restrictions on what they can view.
North Korea.
Exactly.
You
Not
can only
naming
watch
any names.
cartoons with Kim Jong-un in it.
Yeah, only.
Yeah, only.
I bet that's limited.
It must be, yeah. It's probably about 3.
Unless it's highly saturated now.
It could be a
because
massive market, because he appears in every cartoon.
Yeah. It just has
Maybe
to be.
he has a cameo, even if it's just a small part. He's got a cameo going on.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just a walk-on piece.
Exactly, yeah. He's just comes on, waves, thank you, people of North Korea.
And then walks off again.
Then walks off, that's it, yeah.
Their version of EastEnders must be weird.
It must be, yeah.
He just walks in.
It walks in the pub, and then Peggy Mitchell, I don't know what her name would be out there. Peggy, get out of my pub. And he
let's be careful there.
motions towards her and gets her executed.
Yeah, just for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. For nothing. For telling him to get out of the pub, yeah.
But going off track a bit.
I think we're right on track. Yeah.
For me, I don't agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with how it's currently run at the minute.
No.
I'm sure there can be changes made. I'm sure some people are not benefit from things that they have created, but there are ways around that.
That's life.
I mean, they're saying that they're trying to bring copyright into the mainstream, into the modern day. Because they're obviously living off old laws. I think the last time that something like this was looked at was 2001.
Oh, right, yeah.
To be honest, that doesn't even seem that long ago.
It wasn't. No.
And they still had things like memes and YouTube and
there was some great stuff out there.
Yeah. And to be honest, my entire childhood and teenage years I was brought up on all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my entire sense of humor revolves around memes.
100%.
Yeah. Sending memes to each other.
I think it's a great way
laughing,
to express.
Absolutely, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
They don't see it that way. Maybe they just don't find it funny.
Maybe they don't. They just go,
when people get grumpy, like,
what's this frog drinking tea for?
Yeah.
How terrible.
See, now what you've done is you've ruined this podcast by saying that, because that'd be copyright.
Oh, yeah.
People know what you're talking about. Now we can't talk about it.
We weren't talking about a famous green frog drinking tea.
Not at all.
None of my business.
So, I mean, I think that's a good place to end it. I mean, I'm sure there's so much more to talk about, but
yeah, we're both against it though.
100%.
Yeah,
I don't think it needs to change. I think if they're gonna, I think there's probably things that they can put in place which would help.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's a genuine help people that have created the content and help them get what they deserve for what they've created, then fine. But it doesn't seem that way.
There's other ways to do it as well. Yeah. There are other ways to do it, and they're not looking hard enough, evidently.
No, well, it's just a quick solution, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just like a blanket law. Just let's put this on. It just wipes everything out, and we can carry on with our newspapers.
Exactly. Yeah. Pay Rupert Murdoch more money.
Yeah. Wait, do you think he is behind it?
I reckon he's massively behind it. Yeah. He was behind Brexit.
He started it.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think Brexit got through?
Ian Malone.
Bloody papers.
Yeah. Well,
that's why. Papers and social media.
And idiots.
Idiots. Yeah, there's a lot of idiots.
Don't know what they're voting for.
Yeah.
Which I hope with this whole Article 13 thing, because there seems to be a bit of a movement.
Yeah.
More and more people find out about it. And there's things you can do to help. There's online support.
That's if you can still afford a computer after Brexit.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I mean, the largest economic slump ever on record. Yeah. We had a Great Depression here as well. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
I'll be all right.
I'm going to slim down so no one tries to eat me.
They might still try.
They might still try. I'll just if I'm really skinny, then
I can't see it being that bad.
I'm telling you, it's going to be that bad.
I really doubt it.
I'm promising you.
I've got quite a positive outlook.
Have you? I'm really negative about it.
To Australia.
Yeah, I'll follow
Australia or Canada, where they seem to be doing stuff.
Canada's great.
I know, right?
Canada's amazing.
Starting already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll fit in perfectly.
That's all you need to do.
You'll fit in perfectly.
Yeah, that is it. Like when you move from a different country and you have to do their questionnaire type thing, and what do you know about the Queen and all that shit. Yeah. In Canada,
you have to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, you have to do it when you get if you're the first time getting a passport. Yeah. You have to do a similar questionnaire.
What do you know about the Queen? It's just a Queen, isn't she?
Yeah, she's curly hair, isn't it?
Yeah. She
Yeah,
says about him
breakfast when
Windsor
she was
Castle,
young.
doesn't she?
yeah.
Seen her the other day,
Yeah.
putting out the washing.
Yeah, hanging, chopping people's heads off.
Chopping people's heads off.
Is that- is that good?
With her own hand.
Probably can't say that, can I?
What's that?
I can't say that, can I?
What,
Probably
chopping
not.
people's heads off?
Yeah.
I mean, she probably has done.
Oh, well,
She
maybe
might
I
have
missed,
ordered
but I
a
don't
couple
know.
of executions.
Oh, probably.
Without us knowing.
I mean, if she's listening,
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want
touch.
to. I don't want to. Yeah,
Exclusive.
get in touch. Let's talk about the executions you've ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I'm not even going to go into it. Yeah,
No.
there's a famous.
Someone's going
one.
to break down the door in a minute.
Exactly. Yeah. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. It wasn't me.
It might happen.
Yeah, it probably
not.
It probably will.
Not in Northampton.
No, probably
She doesn't
not.
give a shit about it.
Yeah. If your phone starts doing weird things, then they're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's loads of different websites which we'll link down in the description of wherever this podcast is. So SoundCloud and YouTube, which might not be a thing.
We need to get on. Yeah, we need to get on Spotify.
Well, I've tried.
Well, you're not trying hard enough, mate.
Yeah, it's
You
not
need
as
to
simple
pull
as
some
you.
strings,
yeah,
all right?
Okay, I'll contact the guys on there.
Contact Zuck. The
Yeah.
Zuck. He'll know
Oh,
how to get
Zucky.
on there.
Yeah, I got his number.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
give him a
invite-
dial. He keeps calling me.
I was at his barbecue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't make it.
Live stream.
Yeah, no, I
He
was
did a
hanging
live
out with
stream.
old Branson.
Oh, Branson.
Yeah, invited me
His
down.
private
Yeah,
island.
yeah. We're playing darts.
Yeah. Playing
he's
darts. Yeah.
Keen enthusiast.
He's a darts enthusiast, isn't he?
Yeah, but it's not the not the normal rules.
No.
Use a bigger dart,
Yeah.
smaller board.
Smaller board. Okay. Bigger dart, smaller board.
Yeah, and then the bullseye is basically it's the board.
Okay.
Yeah, so
right,
it's just one bit you got to hit.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
good.
it's not conventional, but
No, not conventional. It's, that's fantastic.
something to do with
yeah.
copyright. Something can't just have a dartboard.
Yeah, can't shove it on with dartboard anymore. No, because that was only invented in the UK, and that's copyright. Yeah, can't have it on your own island, Brants.
No, old brandy.
Or brandy. Cavassier.
But yeah,
right.
we'll put links in the description of places that you can go. I know there's petitions online.
Yeah.
But for life of me, can't remember because there's so many of them. This is what I mean.
KillPaulMcCartney.com.
Yeah. That's a
that's-
.eu.
.eu, yeah. Paul McCartney's a dick.eu.
.gov.uk.
.gov.uk.
And then the one thing I do know is the hashtag, which is Save the Internet. Hashtag Save the Internet.
Yeah.
So we'll put that in everywhere, actually.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Or we could just have a civil war and
With who?
with the
Ourselves.
government. Yeah.
Of course.
With the government. Yeah.
That kind of is the point of a civil war,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, we get everyone against the government. There's enough of us.
I reckon.
It'd be like Bane, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
everything.
I like it. Let's do it.
Fine. I'm on.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Let's end it there.
Yeah.
All right. So that was it. That was Article 13. Do your bit. If you don't, then there'll be a lot of people out of jobs and it'll be your fault. So, do it. I'm just saying. Bye.
Bye.